I now request you all to rise as students of the Light Music Club will sing the Tamil Thai Valta. I repeat, I request you all to kindly rise as the students of the Light Music Club will sing the Tamil Thai Valta.
நீராரும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அது சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் கரிதனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் வணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திரும்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
Thank you, Light Music Club. I now request students of the Classical Dance Club to render a performance.
Another theme, 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 na 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 tilla another theme, theme na 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 tilla another theme, another theme, another theme, another theme, na 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 tilla another theme, theme, another theme, another theme, another theme, na 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 tilla another theme, theme, another theme, another theme, another theme, na 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 tilla another theme, theme. Another theme, another theme, another theme, na 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 tilla another theme, theme, another theme, another theme, another theme, na na theme, na na tadi na da tagita jam ta jam ta jam ta ta jam tarita jam tarita another theme, na na theme, na na tadi na da tagita jam ta jam ta jam ta jam tarita jam tarita another theme, na 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 tilla another theme. Theme na 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 tilla another theme. Theme na na tadi na don tagita jam ta jam tarita jam tarita another theme na na tadi na don tagita jam ta jam tarita jam another theme na 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 tilla another theme na 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 tilla another theme na 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 tilla another theme. Another theme, another theme.
मैत्रीं भजत अखिल हृजयत्रीं मैत्रीं भजत अखिल हृजयत्रीम् आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यत आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यत पश्यत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत त्यजत परेश्वर क्रममाक्रमणं त्यजत परेश्वर क्रममाक्रमणं मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजयत्रीं मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजयत्रीं जननी पृथ्वी कामदुघास्ते जननी पृथ्वी कामदुघास्ते जनको देवः सकल दयाळु जनको देवः सकल दयाळु जनको देवः सकल दयाळु दाम्यत दत्त दयध्वं जनता दाम्यत दत्त दयध्वं जनता श्रेयो भूयात् सकल जनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकल जनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकल जनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकल जनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकल जनानां
Can we please have another round of applause for our classical dance club, please? Thank you, club, for that brilliant and moving performance. I now request Dr. Sister Rosie Joseph, Principal of Stella Maris College, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning. On behalf of the faculty members, staff, and students of Stella Maris College, it is my honor and privilege to welcome Mr. Rahul Gandhi to our campus. Mr. Gandhi is the President of the International Congress and serves such additional offices as the Chairperson of the Indian Youth Congress and the National Students' Union of India. A member of the Indian Parliament, Mr. Gandhi represents the constituency of Amethi, Uttar Pradesh in the 16th Lok Sabha. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to you, sir, for accepting our invitation to speak to the college community. It is not very often that young, charismatic leaders find the time to address young college-going youth, especially in this part of the country. We look forward to listening to you, sir, and to your responses to the questions of our young women students. Thank you for taking time from your busy schedule to be with us this morning. A very cordial welcome to you, sir, once again, to Stella Maris. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. I request Sri Rahul Gandhi to come onto the dais, please. Stella Maris College was founded on 15th August 1947 in a small one-storied building with 32 students in Santom, Mylapore, Chennai. In 1960, it moved to its present campus, the Cloisters, on Cathedral Road in the heart of the city. Today, the college has an enrollment of more than 5,500 students from diverse backgrounds, communities, and nations. Truth and charity is the motto of the college. The college strives to encourage young women to continually search for truth and grow into mature and responsible women, ready to face the challenges of life at home and in society. The ceaseless quest for truth and the untiring spirit of selfless service is the hallmark of a true Stella Marian. We are a college of 5,500 students with a vibrant college community with over 14 clubs, engaging students to be the best and to get better at their respective skills. We are a group of independent, empowered, and aspiring future leaders of our country. And today, we're more than honored to have Sri Rahul Gandhi with here today. Thank you, sir. He requires no introduction, and he's an Indian politician who's now the president of the Indian National Congress and leads various offices as a chairperson of the Indian Youth Congress and the National Students' Union of India. A member of the Indian Parliament, he represents the constituency of Amethi, Uttar Pradesh in the 16th Lok Sabha. He attended the Rollins College, obtaining degrees in international relations and development studies at the universities of Rollins and Cambridge. He began his career with Monitor Group, a management consulting firm in London, and he established the Mumbai-based technology outsourcing firm, Backdrop Service Private Limited. In September 2007, when he was appointed General Secretary in charge of the Indian Youth Congress and the National Students' Union of India, he was involved in reforming youth politics. In November 2008, Mr. Gandhi held interviews at his own residence in New Delhi to handpick people who will make up the think tank of the Indian Youth Congress, an organization he has been very keen to transform. So who is Mr. Rahul Gandhi beyond politics? And most of us don't know this. He's an MPhil from Trinity College, London, a black belt in Aikido, a licensed pilot, and a lot more. He's also been very influential in various people's lives, and an example is how involved he was with Nirbhaya's brother, whom he helped become a pilot today, and has also been influential in other people's lives in various capacities. A leader who I think we'll get to know a lot more better today. So welcome to Stella Maris College, Mr. Gandhi. Thank you for being here with us today. And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, I request Sri Rahul Gandhi to deliver the keynote address.
Sister Joseph, all the faculty and students, thank you for inviting me here. Thank you very much for inviting me here. This is going to be a tough job today. It's a pleasure for me to come here. I'm here more to listen to you, frankly. I'll tell you a little bit of what I think through this conversation, but I'm more here to listen to what you want from your leaders, what you want from your politicians, and I'm here to answer any of the questions that you might have. I'd like to lay a little bit of a framework before I start. There's currently a ideological battle going on in India, and it is very sharply divided between two ideologies. One ideology is a unifying ideology which says that all people of this country should live together happily, and this country should not be dominated by any one idea. All states, all languages, especially your beautiful language, should have play in this country. And no state should feel suppressed, pressurized, oppressed. And on the other side, you have an ideology which is represented by the current government and the Prime Minister, where they believe that one idea should be imposed on our country. They have a very particular view about the role of women in our society. And they feel that different languages, different cultures are inferior to one centralizing culture and one idea. And that is broadly the fight that is going on. And it is going on across the country. It is also being fought mainly in the institutions. So the current government is attacking and capturing different institutions of the country. The Supreme Court, the Election Commission, other institutional structures, and we are trying to defend it. So that is the broad lay of the land. Now, I'm happy to answer any questions you might ask me. Ask me difficult questions. Don't ask me easy ones, please. So go ahead. And I'd like to welcome all the young ladies there in the back as well. So who would like to start?
Is Azra here?
Okay, where are you? Okay.
I request.
Okay, check. Hi, sir. Okay,
Can you call me Rahul instead of sir?
okay.
Makes me more comfortable.
Okay, I'm really nervous. Okay, hi, Rahul. Okay, my name's Azra and I'm from the Department of Fine Arts, and the question that we have for you, Rahul, is recently one of India's biggest research institutions, the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, faced a huge financial crisis, and henceforth the employees and the students of the institution were deprived of their salary for the month of February. As of now, the situation has been sorted. I think the salary has been credited to the respective accounts. But in the long run, what does your government think of this issue? Do you plan on, do you plan on doing anything about this? What do you think is the future of education?
About research and education in general, or about
No,
the Tata Institute in specific?
About research and education in India.
I think we are convinced that India is spending way too little money on education. And we feel that India needs to spend much more money on education. So we are going to increase the amount of money that we spend on education, and our target is 6%. That's basically what we're looking at. It's not only about spending money in education. It's about independence of education institutions. So I come here and I can tell by listening to you for 5 minutes that you are an independent institution, that you have the right to say and do whatever you like, and that there is an atmosphere in this institution of openness of listening. I think another thing that we have to focus on is the imposition and the capture of India's institutions. I believe that all our institutions should be free to challenge ideas. I don't think you should blindly accept any idea. I think you should be able to challenge ideas, and that's why, frankly, I've come here. Because I want you to challenge me. I want you to make me uncomfortable so that I learn, no, seriously, so that I learn, I understand what you think and I learn from you. So it is a mutual learning, and that should be the design of the education system. But broadly, much more money in education, and I don't believe that the solution to India's education problems is blatant privatization. So I believe, yes, there is a place for private institutions, but solid government-funded government institutions also have their place, and they should be the standard bearers. So people should look, I mean, if you look at the IIT, the best technical institution in the country, it's a government institution. So the government has a responsibility to set the benchmark, and then everybody else can follow that. That would be broadly my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Kushi. I repeat, is Kushi here?
Okay, where are you? Okay, yeah.
Good afternoon, Rahul sir. My question
You've slotted the sir in.
My question is comment on the recent review on women about inequality and discrimination and how women will be benefited.
Comment on?
Women's inequality and discrimination and how women will be benefited.
I think the way Indian women are treated leaves a lot to be desired. I think South India is significantly better than North India on this front. It's true. If you go to North India, if you go to Uttar Pradesh, if you go to Bihar, and you see the treatment of women and the way women are treated, you will be shocked. So there is a cultural aspect, and I think Tamil Nadu is one of the leaders in how it treats its women. So that's a good thing. No, but wait, because before you get excited, there's still a lot of improvement required in Tamil Nadu as well. I don't think women should be second to men in anything. I think women should be at the same level as men in everything. And I look at the Parliament House, I look at the Vidhan Sabhas, I look at the different states, and frankly, I don't see enough women in leadership positions. I don't see them leading enough companies, I don't see them leading enough states, I don't see enough of them in the Lok Sabha and the Vidhan Sabha. So one of the things that we've decided, in 2019, we're going to pass the Women's Reservation Bill in Lok Sabha, Vidhan Sabhas, and we're also going to reserve 33% of all government jobs at the national level for women. That's a starting point. But I think it's an attitude. I think you cannot have women empowered in India unless the attitude towards women changes, and there is a lot that needs to change as far as the attitude towards women goes. And I'm a believer that women should be pushed into places of leadership. I think generally women are smarter than men. That's where I come from.
Thank you. Can we have Vishali, please? Vishali?
Hello, Rahul ji.
Hello.
I'm Vishali.
Nice to meet you.
First of all,
How are you?
fine,
You
sir.
doing
How
well?
are you?
I'm well.
First of all, thank you for visiting our college. And my question is, the opposite party says demonetization has brought no good to the economy. If your party comes to power, what are the measures will you take to strengthen the economy?
Well, Tell me, what do you think of demonetization? Did you like it? Did you like demonetization?
No, sir. No.
Do you think it was a good economic decision?
No.
So I think it's pretty clear the damage demonetization did. It's a pity that the Prime Minister didn't come and take your advice before he did demonetization, because he would have got the right answer, you know. One or two things. You can't have a negative, fearful atmosphere in the country. You can't have an atmosphere of discrimination in the country and then expect economic growth. Economic growth is directly related to the mood of the country. So the first thing we would do is we would change the mood of the country. We would move the country to a place where people feel empowered, happy, and to a place where people relate with each other in a pleasant, loving way. That's the first thing we do. The second thing we do is, we feel that the GST that has been imposed on the country is too complicated and it has too many different layers. There are 5 different layers of tax. This makes life very difficult for small and medium businesses, shopkeepers, and young entrepreneurs. Hopefully you might become one someday, successful one. So we are going to reform the GST and we're going to make it one simple tax and as low a tax as possible. Finally, have you heard of a man called Nirav Modi? You've heard of him? Have you heard of a chap called Anil Ambani? Heard of him? Mehul Choksi? Vijay Mallya? Now, what's common about all these people? They all left the country, yeah. And they took thousands and thousands of crores of rupees of Indian people's money. See, the money you gave or your parents gave in demonetization to the banking system, Mr. Narendra Modi gave to Nirav Modi. Right? So what we want to do is, we want to take the money that is going to 15, 17 corrupt business people like Nirav Modi. Nirav Modi, and open the banking system to entrepreneurs like yourself. So that young women, young men can go to the banks and take loans and build businesses and create jobs for India. How many jobs do you think Mr. Nirav Modi created for India? Nothing. I would bet you the government of India gave Nirav Modi 35,000 crores. I would bet you if the government of India or of the bank or the banks gave you, I'd say 30 lakhs, you would create more jobs than Nirav Modi did. I would bet you that. Because all Nirav Modi was a hollow shell for stealing money from India's banks. And I'm absolutely convinced that honest people like you would do what the country requires, which is create jobs. So those are the type of things that we would look at. What do you think about the levels of employment in India today? Do you feel comfortable that after leaving this wonderful college, you'll get a job easily? You don't feel that, right? Why do you feel India is not creating jobs? Why do you feel the number of jobs that India should be created are not being created? Huh? China, 24 hours, China creates 50,000 jobs. In the same 24 hours, according to the national government, India creates 450. And frankly, our main challenge in the next 10, 20 years is going to be competition with China. And that is why I'm speaking to you. I'm here because I'm absolutely convinced that you're the people who are going to compete with the Chinese, and you're the people who are going to out-compete the Chinese. But we need to give you the tools to do it. We need to give you the environment to do it. We need to give you the finances to do it. We need to create that mood where you feel that you can make this country number one. Yeah?
All the best for your upcoming elections, sir.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we have Leona?
Vanakkam, Rahul.
Vanakkam.
What is that special quality that you imbibe from your mother?
From my mother. Humility. That no matter how powerful a person is, no matter how weak a person is, regardless of who the person is, they always have an opinion, they always have a unique way of looking at the world, and one must respect that opinion and try to understand where that person is coming from, right? So when you're speaking to a person, look at the world not from your position, but look at the world from your position, right? For example, right now I'm speaking to you. I'm feeling uncomfortable that you are there and I'm here. No, actually, inside I'm feeling uncomfortable that I'm in this conversation. I would actually prefer to be there, or I would prefer you to be here. So that type of quality, that doesn't matter what your situation is, you respect everybody else and you listen to everybody else. And of course, as a mother, she taught me love, right? So that is also a central quality. What about your mother? What quality did you get from your mother?
It's affection towards everyone. Don't be harsh, be affectionate to everyone.
Okay. Do you have
And
brothers?
respect. Yeah, I have a brother, elder brother.
Thank you. Next we have Lakshmi Menon. Lakshmi Menon.
Hello. Hello. Hello, Rahul.
Hello.
I hope you have a wonderful time in Stella. My question to you is, why is the opposition, that is your party, silent about issues that are actually affecting the common man? That is like the PACL scam, the protest by paramilitary forces. You have so many unfilled posts in the government, and on and on.
Actually, protest by paramilitary forces, I am in conversation about a number of their demands. In fact, I have personally raised and committed to them that we will give them the status of Shaheed, which they do not have. And if you're talking about corruption, I mean,
Also, sir, you didn't mention Robert Vadra with all the other names.
What about him? What about him? The government has every right and should investigate every single person. And the law should apply to everybody, no problem. However, the law must not apply selectively. The Prime Minister of the country himself has his name in government documents which are saying that he is directly responsible for negotiating parallelly with the Dassault company on Rafale. The CBI director at 1:30 at night is sacked. The Supreme Court says, bring the man back. The man is brought back. The Prime Minister sacks him again. The President of France says, the Prime Minister of India has told me personally himself in a meeting that Mr. Anil Ambani should get the Rafale contract. Nothing's happening. The Prime Minister doesn't comment about it. Everybody knows that the Prime Minister has stolen 30,000 crores and given them to Mr. Ambani. The whole country knows it. But why is there no investigation? Investigate everybody. Investigate Mr. Vadra. I'm the first person to say it. Right? But but investigate the Prime Minister. And be absolutely crystal clear, Mr. Narendra Modi, for 1 minute, hasn't opened his mouth on Rafale. And the proof is unlimited, I'll tell you. HAL has been making aircraft for 70 years. Anil Ambani has never made an aircraft in his whole life. HAL gave 3,000 crores of its own money to the government of India. Anil Ambani has 45,000 crores of debt that he has not paid off. HAL has made the Mirage aircraft that went and bombed Pakistan. Not made, but maintains the Mirage Air Force that went and bombed Pakistan. Makes the MiG aircraft, Sukhoi, Jaguar. They have tremendous experience. On what basis did the Prime Minister personally remove HAL from the contract and give it to Mr. Ambani? Finally, the UPA government had negotiated a price of 526 crores for one aircraft. You know what Mr. Narendra Modi's new price is? 1,600 crores per aircraft. So he's almost tripled the price of the aircraft. But there's not a word from Mr. Narendra Modi or any agency investigating the man. So let's start there. The gentleman said that he didn't want to be Prime Minister, he wanted to be the Chowkidar. Well, let's get him to start doing that work. Why isn't he doing that work when it comes to himself?
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Next we have Sushmita. I repeat, Sushmita.
Hi.
Hello. One more thing. How many times have you seen the Prime Minister of India standing in the middle of 3,000 women like this? How many times have you seen the Prime Minister of India standing here like this, being open to any question from anybody? How many of you have had the opportunity to ask him, Mr. Prime Minister, what do you think about education? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Why doesn't the Prime Minister have the guts to come and stand in front of 3,000 women and be questioned by them? Sorry.
Okay. It has been said that the results in South India will determine or play a major role in selecting the ruling party this year.
Sorry, the South India is going to play a major role.
In selecting the ruling party this year. So if you come to power, what do you plan to do for the South, that is us?
I plan. Today's government has a North India specific focus. They have a north centric view. I believe that all parts of India are equal and all parts of India should have equal say in the country's future. I mean, there's Mr. Chithambaram sitting here, right? He's from Tamil Nadu. He determined the economic future of this country for 10 years. So I believe that Tamil Nadu and South India must have a voice in Delhi in the national government, and the basic trajectory of the nation should include the feelings and the aspirations of the Tamil people, should include the sentiment and the history of the Tamil people. It should not be that the government of India is trying to subvert and crush the history, the language and the culture of the Tamil people. So that is broadly how I would think about it. I think it's very important that in the government, people from Tamil Nadu have senior positions.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Can we have Kritika?
Hey Rahul.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm well.
Welcome to Stella Maris College.
Thank you.
So my question is, what according to you is the biggest hindrance to growth in India?
Biggest hindrance to growth? Crony capitalism. The fact that huge amount of resources are captured by 15 or 20 people, and the mechanism of capture is corruption. So I would say that corruption and crony capitalism are a huge barrier to growth in India. I would also say that today there is a lack of a vision. India is looking inwards. India is fighting. India is divided. And when you are a divided nation, when you have anger in the nation, you cannot grow. So India has to realize its space in the world. Not only its space back home, but its space in the world. And what is India's space in the world? The world is dramatically changing. So we are moving from a United States-centric world to a United States, China, India, Russia-centric world, a multipolar world. And India has to have a certain degree of confidence on the international stage, right? Somebody once said, an Indian leader was asked, does India lean left or does India lean right? And the person said, no, India stands straight. So we don't need to lean towards one or the other, but we have to stand straight and we have to put our views on the table aggressively. So I think it's a lot to do with the mood, and it's a lot to do with a vision. Today, India lacks a vision. It is internally at war with itself. It's fighting with itself. Hindus are fighting Muslims, South is fighting North, East, Northeast is burning. That mood has to be changed. Everybody here and everybody in this country is India's asset. India has to utilize all these people if it wants to grow. It cannot say that certain people will have special status and certain people will have a poor status. So it has to carry everybody. And I think that is something that I'm very particular about, and our ideology, the ideology of the Congress party is very particular about that. Thank you.
Next we have Mariam. Mariam.
Good day, Rahulji.
Good day.
My question is about, recently there are a lot of terrorist attacks that are happening, and eliminating terrorist attacks is being a very important and paramount importance that is to be given. And my question is, if Congress party comes up, what will be the measures that will be taken? And do you think only fighting is going to be the resolution? I mean, when Pakistan did, we did it back. I mean, this is not going to be an end if it's going to be just a war. So what are the other resolutions that can be taken to resolve this?
Well, I'll tell you my experience of Jammu and Kashmir, which is where the terrorism just took place. When we came to power in 2004, Jammu Kashmir was on fire. Okay, the policies of the Vajpayee government had basically set fire to Jammu and Kashmir. And we decided to fight terrorism strategically. So we did a number of things. Number one, we isolated Pakistan diplomatically. So we went to all our friends across the world and we said, listen, they are carrying out terrorism in our country, and that has to be condemned internationally and pressure has to be put on them. And we were very successful in putting dramatic pressure on Pakistan, which meant that Pakistan found it much more difficult to push terrorists into Kashmir, number one. Number two, we engaged with the population of Jammu and Kashmir. So we sent businesses into Jammu and Kashmir. I myself went with the top Indian business leaders to Jammu and Kashmir, spoke to young students like you, and said, listen, let us try and build a bridge, let us try and build businesses in Jammu and Kashmir and with Jammu and Kashmir youngsters in the rest of the country. That was quite successful. We ran government programs to do that. Udan program was a very successful program. Thousands of kids got jobs. Then we had a financial strategy. So we decided that we were going to link women like you through self-help groups to the banking system. So we started linking Kashmiri women to the banks and started allowing them to open their little businesses. And the final thing we did is we did Panchayati Raj. So we had elections in the villages and in the small towns of Jammu and Kashmir, and we decentralized power to the people of Jammu and Kashmir. And very surprising thing happened. Between 2004 and 2012, we finished terrorism. There was no terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir in 2011, 12, 13. The number of deaths dramatically reduced because we had engaged with the people of Jammu and Kashmir and we had brought them on our side. Now, the moment Mr. Narendra Modi came to power, he made a huge, huge mistake. The mistake he made was he made an alliance with the PDP. And those are two parties which are diametrically opposed to each other. They did it just to come to power. Today, Narendra Modi's policies are actually setting fire to Kashmir. And it is Narendra Modi's policies that are allowing Pakistan to carry out terrorist acts in India. The people of Kashmir have to be engaged with India, have to be brought on our side. They are our asset, right? Mr. Narendra Modi's policies pushes the people of Kashmir away. So you can't just fight terrorism with one-off gestures. You have to fight terrorism strategically. We understand very clearly that Pakistan is going to use every opportunity to carry out terrorism in India. It is our responsibility to stop them from doing it. It is not good enough for us to say 45 CRPF people have died, now we'll do something. Why did you not stop those 45 people dying? That's the question. I understand that Pakistan is going to do it. It is the responsibility of the government of India to save our people's lives. And that is where the difference is. The problem is they do not do it strategically. So they do it for public opinion. They do it to get brownie points from the public. But they do not do it systematically, strategically. And that is the difference. When we did it systematically and strategically, we actually crushed terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir. You can look at the numbers. You can look at the number of soldiers who died, look at the number of citizens who died, look at the number of flights that were going to Jammu and Kashmir, look at the statistics, you will see that there was a steady decline after 2004 to 2014, and then suddenly terrorism takes off again. So it can be fought, the Indian state can fight it, but it needs to be done strategically, not erratically. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Bala Harshini.
Hello, Rahul.
Hello.
My question is, do you think the current education system is good enough for the future generation, or it has to be improved?
No, I don't think so. I think there are a lot of gems. There are a lot of excellent institutions, and speaking to you, I can get a sense that you are one of them. And by the way, I'm a little bit of an expert because I've been to many, many institutions. So I can tell the quality of students, and I can tell that you're right up there. You're very good. But all institutions in the country are not like this one. There are huge issues. There is a issue of access. Education is way too expensive, especially higher education. So the price of higher education needs to be dropped. There is also a question of culture and attitude. Our education system tends to stop people from asking questions, tends to impose hierarchy on the person. Whereas a modern education system should allow students to ask questions, should allow teachers to be challenged, should allow teachers to be made uncomfortable. So those would be the type of changes I I would recommend. But broadly, you can't build a modern education system with the amount of money that India is today spending on education. So we have to go to that 6% number and spend a lot more money on education. And then we have to sort of try and develop institutions like yours.
Thank you. Due to time constraints, we'll be entertaining only one more question, and that will be Samreen. Samreen?
Good afternoon, Rahul. Thank you so much for coming down here. My question is with regards to the Kashmir policy. As young Kashmiris, we always want to look beyond the political clutter surrounding Kashmir. So my question to you would be, after all these years of repeated Kashmir policies, and you just mentioned you want to bring back the Kashmiri youth, my question is exactly that. How exactly are you planning to address this alienation of young Kashmiris? And are you to that effect open to appointing a neutral arbitrator to see this mission to fruition?
See, on the Kashmir issue, I actually have experience. Because when we were in government, I worked on this issue. And I was involved in this issue. And by the way, I'm part Kashmiri myself, as you know. The question is one of faith. If the Prime Minister of India truly wants to embrace the people of Jammu and Kashmir, the people of Jammu and Kashmir will embrace the Prime Minister of India. If the Prime Minister of India does not want to embrace the people of Jammu and Kashmir, the people of Jammu and Kashmir will not embrace the Prime Minister. It's that simple. So it starts, like everything, from the heart. Do you want to actually solve the problem? Do you actually care for the people? Do you actually want to reach out to them? Or are they just a political instrument for you? So the first step is building that bridge. And that bridge, if you look between 2004 and 2014, that bridge was built. The attitude of Jammu and Kashmir, I remember people in the droves coming to me. The attitude between 2004 and 2014 is completely transformed. So that is the path forward. You have to fight terrorism. And once again, every opportunity Pakistan is going to get, they are going to try and take. And it is our responsibility to stop them. But you also have to embrace the people of Jammu and Kashmir. You have to engage with the people of Jammu and Kashmir. You have to show them a better future, which is possible. Thank you.
Okay, Rahul, there's one request from the students of the Light Music Club, and they want to ask you a question.
Don't ask me to sing. Yeah.
Hello, sir. So this is a question that comes from the Light Music Club, as Nora said. So, why did you hug Modi, sir?
No. Because I saw, see, love is the foundation. Love is the foundation of every religion. Whether it's Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Sikhism, Jainism, Buddhism, the foundation is love. Okay? And I was sitting in Parliament House and I was watching the Prime Minister give a speech. And I have no anger towards the Prime Minister. I don't have animosity or hatred towards the Prime Minister. And I could see that the Prime Minister was very angry. And he was speaking about me and the Congress party and about how we had done nothing and about how we were filthy and my father was a horrible person, my mother was a horrible person, my grandmother was, he was going on that line. And inside me, I was feeling affection for him. I was feeling affection that this man is not able to see the beauty of the world. That he is so angry that he's so angry that he's not able to see the beauty of the world. And so I thought that at least my part, my side, I should show him affection. Because see, you know the people who don't have affection towards others, you know the reason? Because they have not been loved. So the truth is that the Prime Minister, unfortunately for whatever reason, did not have the type of love that he should have had. And that is why he generates this anger. So I genuinely feel love for the Prime Minister. No, you're laughing, but I genuinely do. I'll tell you, I'll give you an example. Now let me frame it to you so that you understand what I'm saying. In 2014, I was a young politician. I'm still young, but slightly older, right? I was a young politician. And we fought an election. And we lost the election. We got thrashed. And I realized that actually the best thing that happened in 2014, for me, for my learning, for my understanding of politics, of people, humility, best thing was that we lost 2014. It was a sad thing, it was a bad thing, but it was also a very good thing. So in a sense, I learned from Mr. Modi. Mr. Modi attacks me, he throws anger at me, and he trains me not to reply in anger. So I can't hate Mr. Modi. Do you hate your people who teach you things? No. So my biggest, and this is a lesson for you. See, there's a lesson for you, young ladies. Your biggest teachers are the people who attack you. The people who abuse you, attack you, they are your biggest teachers. But you will only learn from them if you don't return them in the same coin. So if they give you hate and you give them hate, you'll learn nothing. But if they give you hate and you go and hug them, you learn a lot. And that is also the nature of your country. The nature of your country, the nature of the Tamil people is love and affection. The more you are attacked, the more love and affection you are capable of showing. So I would like to now conclude because I'll get into trouble with my other programs. First of all, it's been an absolute honor for me to come here. It makes me proud of being an Indian, and it makes me believe that this country is going to be successful, is going to be powerful, and is going to do really well. That's what you made me feel. Okay? And I want you to remember that as women, you have every right to the space that you deserve. You will find in life that people will tell you, you're a woman, you can't run this company. Or you're a woman, you can't do this, or you can't do that. Don't accept it. Your answer should be, you're a man, you can't do this. Okay? So your answer, you have to believe in yourselves. You have to be humble. And when someone throws hate at you, catch the hate, put it down, and throw love in return. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So this marks the end of the interactive session. Can we please give Mr. Rahul Gandhi a standing ovation for taking time off his business schedule to be here with us today.
One last thing. My social media people have said that I have to tell you this, which is that you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, wherever you want, on Rahul Gandhi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I request Dr. Sister Rosie Joseph to felicitate our guest of honor for today, Shri Rahul Gandhi, with a memento as a token of our gratitude and love.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, sister. I now request Aisha Khan, Vice President of Students' Union 2018-19, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Can I go and say hello? Can I go there and say hello?
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I wish peace unto all of you. I deem it my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this monumental occasion. It is said that the X factor of great leadership is not personality, but humility. Great leaders don't set out to be leaders. They set out to make a difference. It's never about the role, but it's always about the goal. And today, we have had the opportunity to interact and witness for ourselves a great leader. A man of splendid personality, amazing simplicity, and impeccable humility, Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Thank you, sir, for the highly interactive, extremely informative and lively session that we've had with you today. We are truly inspired by your words of wisdom and your exceptional charisma. I would like to take a moment to remember a few great names in the history of our nation. A great freedom fighter and the first Prime Minister of our nation, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. The first woman President of the United Nations General Assembly, Srimati Vijayalakshmi Pandit. A woman who believed that forgiveness is the virtue of the brave. The first and only female Prime Minister of India, Srimati Indira Gandhi. A leader who dreamt of a strong, independent and self-reliant nation. The sixth Prime Minister of our nation, late Shri Rajiv Gandhi. A person who said that together we can face any challenges, as deep as the ocean and as high as the sky. The former President of the Indian National Congress, Srimati Sonia Gandhi. And finally, a man who believes that if opportunity is limited to a few, the growth of our nation will be a fraction of the capacity of our nation. Any guesses who said that? Yes, it is none other than Mr. Rahul Gandhi himself. Mr. Gandhi, on behalf of Stella Maris College, I take immense pleasure to thank you and your family for the matchless sacrifice and selfless service that you have done for our nation. Can we have a big round of applause? I would like to conclude by saying, if our youth arise and act, we have the strength to generate a huge transformation in our nation. We are the future. So let us begin the change we wish to see. Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha Khan. I now request you all to rise for the college song, which will then be followed by the national anthem.